In the heart of the radiant Garden of Eden, peace reigned in every corner. Rivers flowed like mirrors of heaven, and the songs of birds echoed through the lush trees. Adam and Eve walked hand in hand through the soft grass, surrounded by animals that lived without fear. Every leaf shimmered with divine light, every breeze carried the warmth of God's presence. The garden breathed perfection, creation in harmony with its creator. One day, as Eve wandered near the center of the garden, she approached the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The air around it felt still, almost reverent. A serpent, graceful and cunning, coiled upon a low branch. Its eyes gleamed with strange intelligence, reflecting both beauty and deceit. In a voice as smooth as wind, it whispered to Eve words of curiosity and promise. "Has God truly said, 'You must not eat of this tree'?" it asked, its tone calm but filled with quiet persuasion. Eve listened, her heart wavering between trust and temptation. The serpent spoke of wisdom and power, of becoming like gods, who knew both good and evil. The fruit before her shimmered like a jewel under the golden light, perfect, alluring, untouched. Eve's hand trembled as she reached toward it, torn between obedience and desire. The garden seemed to hold its breath. With a final glance of hesitation, she took the fruit and ate. The taste was sweet yet heavy with change. Adam stood nearby, watching in sorrowful silence. When Eve offered the fruit to him, he looked at her, the woman God had given him, and took it. As he ate, the divine glow that filled Eden dimmed. The rivers no longer gleamed as before, and the song of the birds faded into silence. Their eyes opened, not to glory but to shame. Awareness entered where innocence once lived. They looked upon themselves and saw their nakedness, and fear entered their hearts. Quickly, they wove leaves to cover themselves, hiding among the trees when they heard the familiar sound of God walking in the cool of the day. The voice of the Creator called, "Adam, where are you?" But they remained silent, trembling beneath the weight of guilt. When they finally answered, sorrow filled the garden. God stood before them, his presence radiant yet filled with grief. The serpent coiled in the shadows, triumphant and silent. Judgment was spoken. The serpent would crawl upon its belly, woman would bear pain, and man would toil for bread. Yet even in judgment, mercy appeared. God clothed them in garments of skin, a sign of care amidst consequence. As Adam and Eve left the gates of Eden, angels appeared with flaming swords, guarding the path to the tree of life. Behind them, the garden glowed softly in the distance, a reminder of what once was. Ahead of them lay the unknown world, where sorrow and hope would walk side by side, and the promise of redemption would one day bloom again.